Okay, part 3. I kind of want there to just be 3 parts because I feel like that's very chic and very classy. Also just because of like the details and everything, you know what I mean? Because like how I said, it's gonna be in the book, in my memoir. Mind you, this is crazy work because I always knew. This was like, especially earlier this year when I was like, I'm gonna create this thing, I just don't know what it is yet. And I knew, I've always, like I said, I always have known it was gonna be a book just because I love books, like how I said. But it's gonna be this thing anyway. So where was I? Okay, so I was talking about Isaiah, but before that I was talking about college, Finky and Socorro. Those are my girls down. So in college, we're in NAU, we're lumberjacks, go lumberjacks. It is like this, right? What should I say? What is it that I want to say about the college years? For some reason I want to bring up the story. I don't know why I want to bring that up. I don't know why I want to bring that up. I do. I want to bring up the story with Socorro's friend Duke. I do. I don't know why I want to bring up this story. Oh, mind you. Mind you, I was using the black marker. You know what I mean? But it's not racist, mind you. You know what I mean? It's Duke. And because this is like the first time that us 3 girly pops get high. Mind you. Which color was this one? So this is Finky. And me. Oh, I forgot her hair. Hold on. Me. Was it this one? And then Socorro. It's because what I was about to say is that the college years, I wasn't really a partier. Like, we weren't. It's because that's the whole thing, you know, talking about like the dating and stuff. I've like talked about it in college. Like, I was locked the fuck in to my studies. Like, I'm taking it really seriously because I'm like, I finally made it to college. Like, you guys, this is it. You know what I mean? Like, time to fucking lock in. So I'm locked the fuck in. I'm also like working for the first time because I'm working for, here I go. Because I'm working for the Office of Inclusion and I can't remember, IMQ, something like that. There's so many things that I need to say, but it's true. This is where I meet Marco. Because I just reconnected with him. Might go visit him in September. I hope that I do, in San Diego. But we're working together, right? Because I'm like a peer mentor for the Office of Inclusion and something. I can't remember. But yeah, like that's like, also I'm working at Chick-fil-A. It's like a whole thing. There's like so many things, jobs, right? But right now I'm talking about this with my girlies. Because like we're not really like going out to parties and stuff. So like we're not, I didn't go to like a bunch of like frat parties or sorority parties. I only went to like 2. Like seriously, I only went to like 2. And I never stayed there for long. So I'm like, this isn't really the vibe. You know what I mean? No offense. They just weren't that fun. Mind you, you know what was fun though? Mind you, I do remember this. Hannah Kelly. I still have you on Instagram. Hey girl. If you're watching this. But like her birthday party. Ooh, I had fun that night. I had fun that night. Okay? Because it was like Halloween. Or it was like really close to Halloween. Ooh, bingo and bango. That was like back to back for me. Which is like rare. Because I was not doing that. I was not partying like back to back. But like we had gone to like this other thing. And then we went, because, you know. And then we went to her birthday party. And I had myself a time. You know what I mean? And then, you know, we went downtown. It was like a whole thing. Anyways, that was fun. I still remember that night because I was watching those videos the other day on my Google Photos with like the hot dog and stuff. My point is that with my girls, this is why, again, like how I said, I was never dating anybody because I was just like, I'm not gonna do it unless it's for real. But also, I was having myself a fun time. You know what I mean? Sorry, Duke. I'll come back to you. But it's just right now I'm talking about my girls. Pinky, me, and Socorro. So like we would just be having a ball. We would be having a ball. You know what I mean? We would be having a ball. And it's just like I kind of didn't need men around. I kind of did it. You know what I mean? That's why like it just never happened. But I would just want to say that one time we go to a kickback, mind you. I was like, what the fuck is a kickback? Just kidding. I knew this because of my sister. But because at this point, what was my like first time getting high? I don't know. It was like with my sister or something in high school. That's a whole thing. It's also in Orlando with my cousin Ponchito. Ooh, I need to backtrack. Should I go there first? Should I go back in time? Let's go back in time because it's kind of important. So Ponchito, if I had the color brown, I would use it. But right now I'm going to use the color black. Should I? Or do you want orange? Ponchito, what color do you want? I'm just going to use black because I have it right here. my cousin. This is my cousin Ponchito. I need to get into all my cousins, but right now I'm talking about you because another thing, dude, Florida's special, I guess, because like he's living in Orlando at this time, and I go visit him when he's living there because he's working for La Voz with his brother, with Raul. Hi, Raul and Jade, if you're watching this, if you haven't been watching this. But anyways, I go to visit Ponchito because he's living there with his brother. He's working with his brother. It's like a whole thing. So I'm like, oh my God, like, let's go, right? We have ourselves a day. We go to Universal Studios. It's like a whole thing. And we have fun. But anyways, my point is that during this time is like when I really really, because I had tried with my sister before one time in like the car. We tried a hotbox and it wasn't working. It was with the shits, like the whole thing. It just wasn't working. So then like with my cousin Ponchito, we actually... It's so funny. Oh my God. Because at this time, he's dating this girl. I will not mention her name, but she's a girl. Okay, I remember this. Anyways, okay, this is how I know that I'm like actually high during this night, because it's like the night before that we're about to leave. And like Leslie, mind you, she falls asleep. She's like, I'm out. You know what I mean? Like she's high and she falls asleep. And then me and Ponch get into this real deep fucking talk about like the girl that he's dating at the time. And it's like this whole thing. And mind you, I'm like starting to clock tea and I'm like, wait, I'm high, dude. I'm like for the first time. And I look at I always say this story, but like I look at the ceiling and I like kind of see it moving and I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, I'm high, finally. You know, like I had been trying to get high and I was so scared of it, but it finally worked. And so like the two of us have a key, you know what I mean? There's a lot with the cousins and the primos and stuff, but that's what happened. So to go back to that story at college with Duke and stuff, we go to this kickback and with my girlies, we try it. We don't really get like that high or whatever, you know, but it was just the first time with us trying it and we're like partying and stuff, mind you, barely, you know what I mean? We have ourselves a good time, but we never really get into like ruckus. We never get into trouble because that wasn't really our focus. Like really, we're not all about that. We had ourselves a time, mind you. That other Halloween party that we had, that was really fun too. So many people. Okay, so I guess, let's see, how much time do I have left? Oh my God, it's because I do have to talk about this. I gotta talk about Japan because we travel abroad. Ooh, I always knew I would tell this story. Oh, mind you, it's time. Mind you, he's married, so I need to be a little bit respectful. I'm not gonna say his name because he is married, out of respect for his wife. But we go on this trip. I'll get into this trip more because I don't have like a lot of time. But let's just say that I gag for this boy that I meet there because it's a study abroad program, and he's also part of the story. Because he is like, it's just, you know, it's just a lot of things. I'm like gagging, you know what I mean? I'm gagging for this boy. Yeah, honestly, that's pretty much like the only boy that I gagged over in in college. Is this boy that I meet in Japan. I think he's so cute. I really like him. We hit it off. It's like a whole thing. But to be honest, what happens at this time is that I think Socorro also like kind of likes him. And she likes this other guy, and it's like a whole thing. And again, it's like that whole thing because like I mentioned this before in my previous vlog, where it's like I just never want it to be like competition. I never do. Like I'm out, you know what I mean? But I kind of also still had my eye on this guy because I'm like, he's so cute, he's so my type, he's a bit of me, you know what I mean? I'm like, I could see this happening. Like I was like saying some crazy shit, you know what I mean? I'll get into it in the book because like right now I kind of don't want to in case he sees this. Well, you know what I mean? He's married, so it's like a whole thing. But anyways, I'm like, you know, I'm saying a bunch of stuff at this time. We have ourselves a really good night. It's like the night before we're about to leave, and we have so much fun with these people that we met, and I'm like gagging over him, whatever. Pausa, hidración, hold on. But nothing happens, right? Because I'm like, I know that Socorro also likes him, and also like he's not really, you know, I'm like, what's, you know what I mean? So nothing happens. But I go back home from this trip to Japan, which by the way changes my fucking life because I just love it. It's my first time traveling abroad, and I will never forget. And I was looking at my, you know, I said I've been looking at my Instagram, so I look at these like love fortunes that I like made in the temples, and I'm like, dang, like remember when you made that wish? Like that's crazy work. That's why, because in astrocartography, my moon line goes through Japan. It also goes through San Francisco, mind you. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense because it's like, it's kind of true. It's the first time when I meet this guy in Japan, it's the first time that I really feel like feelings for someone else, really. Because you know how I mentioned like my previous crushes, I guess, but that wasn't like I really didn't know. Not that I really knew this guy, but you know what I mean. It's a stepping stone. It's like all part of the process. So yeah, this changes my life. So let's fast forward to graduation, because it's time to lock in. It's time to have an internship, because I am getting my BSW. It's time to get my internship. So I'm trying to decide, like, where am I gonna have my internship? And I don't know. I really want to work with it's because all of the options that they had, that they told me about, I was like, I don't really want, I don't know why I'm driving them like that, but I don't really want the options that are in Flagstaff. I'm like, I just don't want this. Like, I want something cool, and all the cool ones were in Phoenix, because really what I'm talking about is that I wanted to work with the refugees. I wanted to work with the immigrants. Because there's this internship with this agency. I'm not gonna name them because, you know, but they're working with the refugees, and I'm like, that's so fucking cool. Like, I want to do that. But then here's the fucking pickle, is that in order to do this internship, I have to be in Phoenix. So that means that my last semester of college is going to be in Phoenix instead of in Flagstaff. And I'm like, shit, dude. Because I'm like, I finally made it to Flagstaff. I'm so fucking happy. Like, I love my friends. Like, and the entire time that I'm in college, I'm like, fuck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, it's like this thing of like, I know that it's gonna be over too soon. Like, soy sentimental as fuck. Like, it's like, I'm gonna miss my friends. But again, I just know that I have to do it, because I'm like, I just really want this internship. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I have to make that sacrifice of like the last semester not being there, because I did miss out on shit. I did miss out. But I also really wanted that internship. I also, like, I didn't want to go back home, but I had to do it. Anyways, so I do this internship in Phoenix, working with refugees. I work with the employment team, like, you know, applications with the refugees. Like, they just got here and they're trying to find employment. I was thinking about this other day. I need to remember the name of the man. He spoke Farsi/Darcy, and I really remember him, but I just can't remember his name. That'd be cool if I ever met him again. But I remember him because I worked with him a lot. Anyways, I loved my experience working there at this agency. So this is for my internship. And then there's an open position at this time, and I'm like, oh my God, because it's in like the foster care program. And I'm like, this is it. Like, this is my next job. This is my first job after college. Like, bingo and bango. Like, it's all working out perfectly. I remember having like the interview with, I don't remember her name. Actually, I do remember, but I don't want to say it. Clarice? She was French. I do remember she was French. She was really cool. And, well, of course, it's because I'm not sure if I can mention people by name. I'm not sure if I can mention people by name. I'm not sure. Let's just be careful about this. But my supervisors, I get good feelings about them. You know what I mean? I just remember, I'm gonna try to be really careful, so I'm not gonna say names. But like, I remember like asking that during like the interview, where I'm like, is this like a good first job like after college? Because I'm like, I'm just not really sure. Like, I'm not really sure of the role. And I remember, if I said her name right, Clarice or something like that, she was like, it's like perfect, because then you could like, you know, work your way up, and like you can get the experience and like all this stuff. Oh yeah, because what I become is, I'm gonna say this, which is really interesting. Never thought I would. This was my title for so long. Oh my God. Licensed specialist. It kind of sucks, honestly. That title kind of sucks. But I would always like say that. I would always like put that on Hinge. Well, at first like I would put licensed specialist, and then I changed it. So I'm like, people don't know what the fuck that means. You know what I mean? So then I would just put this. Because this is what I was doing. I'm trying to see how much time I have. Okay, I got 15 minutes to wrap this up, because I have kind of mentioned this and I got more shit to say, so I'll try to keep it brief. But yes, I work in foster care. So first I work in this program that's for refugee minors. So I'm in this program with refugee minors. This is a little bit less of drawing and more writing. Refugee minors. Mind you. And then I go into working with, like, can I say this? Let's just say foster care. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be real fucking careful. So I'm doing this, and I learn a lot. I see some shit. I need to be very careful about my words because you know what I mean. Let's just say that when I'm working at this agency, I'm working with the refugee minors, something happens. Like I have said this before, a child gets really hurt. And it triggers me. I need to go into therapy. I start therapy. I needed therapy regardless, right? But I never would have done it if it wasn't for this. So, like, things happen the way that they're supposed to happen. But, like, when I was in college even, like, there was this one day where they were doing, like, free mental health screenings at, like, the HLC. And I'm like, well, let's go. And so I finally talk about, like, my anxiety, or, like, even just doing the survey. That was the first time ever that someone, like, validated my anxiety as that, because I was like, wait, what? Like, I thought that this was normal. I thought that this is just what life was. But then I was like, no, it's, like, really bad. But then finally, when I get into therapy because of what happens at this job, I start to really see, like, oh no, this is, like, dire, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm in therapy for a long time, which is why I'm in this role for a long time. I end up, like, switching to a different agency because I'm like, I just kind of, like, it's kind of a lot, so it's like I kind of need to get away from this. So then I just go into, like, foster care. So I'm in foster care for a long time. Like how I said, I'm going through a lot of shit. I'm processing a lot. I'm fighting demons, basically. Like, literally deadass. I'm fighting demons. There's a lot of shit, shadow work, basically, like all of this, right? I'm fighting myself. I really am. And it's fucking hard, you guys. It's really hard, but you could do it. Whatever that looks like for you, wherever you're at right now, fighting demons, it does take time. It takes time, let's just say that. It's really hard. But anyways, I get through it because I have like 13 minutes left. Or let's see if I've got a little bit of time. Because what else can I say about this chapter? Because I've been meaning to say it, so like now's the time. Because I have mentioned it before, I just felt really stuck. But it was like of my own. It was like, you know, it's because, like, I just didn't, there's so many things. I don't even want to blame myself because I don't. It just was, what can I even say? Because I'm still, like, processing it. Like how I said, I really wanted to help. But this is something that my supervisor at my internship, Nori, told me. She sat me down and she was like, you know, you can be a wounded healer, but you're bleeding everywhere. So that's what's happening at this time, is that I know this. So backtrack before I get into that internship, because right now I'm just working in foster care with my BSW, and I'm so afraid to get deep into the trenches because I saw a little bit and then I got freaked the fuck out and I had shit to work on, you know what I mean? Because I know this. I know that I'm wounded as fuck, basically. I know this. And it, like, triggers me, right? So it's, like, a lot. And then also at this time, like I've mentioned about other stuff, like this is when I start, like, dating people for the first time. I, like, go on the dating apps. Like, the first app I think I ever got was, like, Hinge. And then, like, for a little bit I was, like, on Tinder. That was, like, barely anything. Like, literally, like, one date. Oh my gosh, I do need to talk about this. Oh my gosh. Well, like, you know what I mean? But who knows where he is? Okay, there's this guy. I kind of don't want to say his name, but then I also kind of do, because like how I said, I'm very diverse. Anyways, I go on this date, my very first date ever. Because I have to mention it, because it is kind of, like, you know, kind of incredible for me. I go on my very first date ever at this time with this guy named Nils, and it was just so fascinating to me because I was so fucking nervous. But again, I'm, like, yapping like how I always do, so it was very interesting. We went on 2 dates, but I mean, the second date doesn't even really count because I had asked him mistakes that I made, you know what I mean, when I was younger, because I didn't know any better. But I had asked him out, oh my god, to my favorite brunch restaurant in Phoenix. That did close down. You guys, okay, let's go on a tangent, because, like, who cares about Nils, to be honest. Do y'all remember Switch? Do y'all remember that restaurant? And even more important is Fez. Dude, I fucking love these restaurants real bad. and they closed them down, and we need to bring them back, dude. Like, seriously, real bad. I loved Switch. Anyways, I invited him to Switch for some reason because I just love that restaurant for brunch. And then he was late, and I was like, yeah, you hate me. Never mind. Like, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Anyways, but I'm like dating at this time. It sucks pretty much because I don't know myself, and I'm really scared and really afraid. But like, anyways, it's a journey, right? It's a journey when you're dating. So that happens. Let's see, how much time do I have? I can't see. I got 10 minutes left. So yeah. That's what's going on. So let's fast forward. When does things, I've already mentioned like all of the guys that I've like dated before, right? All of the players. So like I've mentioned these guys. I just like, I'm on Hinge. I wanna, or what's like the app? It's like an H. Oh God, really? Wasn't it something like this or something? I don't know. Let's just say Hinge. Dude, you know what I mean? I always hated Bumble. Like, the app, the interface or whatever is like really cute. Like, I love the concept of a bee. But I hated like the fact that women are making the first move. Like, you think it's empowering, but it's really not. Like, I hated it. I like barely ever met up with guys on there because I was like, I can't be bothered. So it was always on Hinge. But anyways, why give them so much prop? You know what I mean? Anyways, it's just because I'm dating, and that's like my dating life and my dating stories. Is that, you know, all these guys that I have mentioned before, part of the story. There's a lot. It's because there is a lot that happens. There's a lot, but I only got, let's see, like 9 minutes left. What should I say? Let's get into the nitty gritty. Who do I want to talk about next? Because there's two guys that come to mind. I don't remember the exact order. Is it? Well, okay, these names are very common, so it's not going to be as often as easy to find. Is it Sean first, or is it Austin first? I can't remember. I don't remember the order. But there's this guy that I date. His name is Sean, and I kind of knew. I knew that he was like, what's the thing? I saw this video at this time that's like, men are either windows, doors, or whatever the fuck. And like, I knew that he was a window or something like that. That he was just teaching me. He was showing me like what I could have, but it wasn't him. You know what I mean? Because I really like him. We go on a couple dates. Again, it's like the first time that I'm like really heavy feelings, and I know that he likes me back. And it's like this whole thing. And he was a gentleman. So it was like my first time like dating a guy that was like, honestly, that was a gentleman. And I was like, oh, I want this. Like, I want a boyfriend like this. But, you know, things end. So that's one, like, heartbreak. You know what I mean? But then I had this other experience with this guy named Austin. I kind of feel like he's green for some reason. I don't know why. This is interesting. Okay, because this is really interesting. Oh, literally this word. This isn't even, like, this is not a date. This is not a date. This is why it's kind of crazy to bring it up. But this is a guy that I just literally, like, hooked up with. I met up with him. It was kind of crazy work. I was young and naive and, you know, bingo and bango. But, like, I met up with this guy, and he's, again, the thing of, like, rushing intimacy, where, like, we just kind of hook up. Really, we just make out. It was very strange. Very, very, very strange. Very strange. Girls, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't just meet up with the guy. You know what I mean? But, like, I do this because of a lot of stuff that's going on. Confusion. I'm, like, working through things. And shit really goes down the drain after this happens. Because it's just very bizarre. And, like, it's, like, bad vibes. And I also know that if I ever meet up with this guy again, that I'm gonna get hurt. It's, like, this intuition is just this knowing. Because, like, obviously, he wants to have sex. And I'm, like, I just can't. Like, I want to. I do. But then I also don't. Because I'm, like, I just can't. Like, I am going to get really hurt. I just know it. So then I don't. And I'm really glad that I didn't do that, because it would have been bad. That was just something that I knew. I got 5 minutes left. Yeah, I kind of have mentioned like all the other stuff with like my sex life and all of those things. Like how I said, it's so funny that I have to talk about it in this way, but it's just like such a part of the thing. I date this guy. Not really. It's because, like, I really don't want to mention him by name. I don't want to give him the credit. I really don't. I just don't think he deserves it. But there's this guy. Oh, let's just talk about this. 2020, the pandemic. God, what a fucking year. Let's end with this. Like how I said, I ended up having sex for the first time right before the pandemic. So that changes my life. But then it's the pandemic. and you know, shit is going down. I have ITP. I got shit with my blood. Like, that's supposed to be a teardrop. Shit is going on. I have all of these bruises on my body. They're like literally purple as fuck. You can kind of see them in some of my Instagram posts because it was all over. It was like on my stomach, it was on my leg, like it's like a lot. So my body is screaming for help. It's like, pay attention. Shit was going on, right? I was heartbroken. I was also like, just, there's a lot of stuff that I'm working through. So it's like a lot. It's a lot. But I don't know how I get through it. Kind of like how I said in my other video about Lord of the Rings, where Frodo, you know, he's fighting the darkness the entire time. I don't know how I did it. I do, because I'm resilient. And I was in therapy. And I was just doing what I could. But I get through it. Oops. And I come out on the other side. And where do I go from here? So, oh, that's really what changes it all, because I have like a couple minutes left. I decide, finally, it's time to get my MSW. I always knew. Because when I started therapy, I started talking about this, how I want to go back to school. But my therapist was always saying, like, you don't, like, because she was trying to help me, right? That she's like, you don't, it's not like you, like, for life to be okay, you don't have to have your MSW, like, you don't have to get the things. But it's like this thing that I was, like, aiming for. But I just knew. I'm like, if I go down this path, it's going to unlock even more shit. And I was just scared of it. I was like, I'm not ready. It was, like, so many things. But finally, what year is that? Oh, yeah, because I start off the year 2025 with getting my MSW. And all of this stuff happens. I'm gonna have to get into it. Basically, all that happens is like everything that I've been talking about on the channel so far. Like literally, you know what I mean? I'm talking about my internship. I'm talking about dating. I'm talking about, you know, sex. I'm talking about working with children. All of that happens after I go back to school. So shout out to ASW, Sun Devils. I don't even know. So you know what I mean? It's like a whole thing. I'm still undecided. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to pause. I don't know if I'm going to go back to school. I don't fucking know. There's so many things that are going on. You know what I mean? Now I have this channel. But that's where I'm at now, is that I go back to school. Oh yeah, I have to end with this. I end with Nori. I have to do pink or purple. I kind of want to do purple, mind you. I have this internship. I have to wrap this up. But I do this internship as part of my first year for my MSW, and she, like I said, I love to give people their flowers. And I did give her a flower on my last day. Oh God, I was so emotional. I cried a lot. And even then I was like holding back. But I get to see her. I'm gonna try to be private, so I'm not gonna give too many details. Fuck. You know what I mean? I don't want to give too many details. But I see her work with children, and I'm like, that's who I want to be. Like, I want to be someone like that. I want to be myself. I want to really care. I see the passion. I'm just like, she's amazing. She's incredible. Like, I know it. I'm like, this is my teacher. You know what I mean? And it's just like, I really needed that. I needed a teacher. I needed a role model. I needed an inspiration. I needed to meet her. And I do. Thank you, Nori. I hope that you can see this. And yeah, she inspires me. I'm going through a lot at this time during my internship. I'm going through a lot. I've like been talking about it on the channel. But yeah, she changes my life during this internship. It's really hard to get through it, but I get through it. And then, yeah, that's kind of currently where I'm at now. Oh yeah, and I wanted to end by showing this thing. Hold on. How do I pause this? Okay, back to filming like this. I feel way more comfortable like this, but mind you, just because like the camera. But I wanted to end by showing this. Oh, now I gotta flip it around. Hold on. Just kidding, I can't do it. But I really need to end with this. This is my setup, you guys. Slice of life, real shit, real talk. This is my cousin Hades tripod and stuff. But I really wanted to end with this bulletin board that I have of pictures, because this is me. Everything that I've been talking about, Draw My Life, thank you for watching. This is my life. This is me. Dude, literally. That is me in like Pasadena. That's my sister Leslie. That's Joy. Like, these are all the people that I'm talking about. This is me. That's my abuelita. Like, that's my dad. That's my mom. That's Roxana. Who else? My cousin Ponchito. Oh my gosh. My cousins that I live with right now, like, y'all have been seeing them in the vlogs. You know what I mean? But this is it. This is my life. Draw my life. Like, right here. Bingo and fucking bango. It's kind of rushed. you could think it's rushed, or you could think it's perfect. You think it's a work of art. But yeah, that's my life in a nutshell, digestible into 3 parts. Everything that happened after going back to school has been basically in the vlogs. I've been yapping about it, and I'm gonna continue to yap about my life because there is so much shit going on, y'all don't even know. And like I said, I'm gonna write a book finally. I've been waiting for the day that I finally start writing this book. Mind you, I'm reading, like how I said, I'm rereading this one to like kind of help me, like put me in the space. It's a lot. Anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you for continuing to watch the journey. Let's fucking go. Let's do this. You know what I mean? I love life. I really do.